Oh, hello people and happy Sunday. We're here for yet another of my favourite Instagram toy photographers. And this week it's a really cool one for me because when I started to take toy photography seriously anyway, started to just try and up my game, this is one of the people that first noticed. He enjoyed the Shattered Grid storyline thing that I started. Pushed me to carry on getting better. Then when I started following him, I just saw how outstanding his work is, just how creative this guy is. Not just creative, but skilled in making props and dioramas, and his use of light anyway. This is something outstanding, is the way he lights his photos. It just blows my mind. It's one thing that I would take from all his photos is that there's not one thing out of place when it comes to lighting. And yeah, if you follow this guy, you probably already know who I'm about to say anyway. So yeah, it's run that intro. So I am on about Adam Foxford, and the cool thing is he is another UK toy photographer, which is just super cool. There's just, well, I don't understand why that's super cool, but I like the fact that he's from the same country as I am, well, England, Scotland, But normally what I like to do in this series is I like to pick 4 or 5 photos and talk about why I've picked those 4 or 5, but as you can see from the start of this video, all of those photos are just amazing. I want to talk about every single one because I actually love every single one of those. What we can do is let's just go through this together. So as you all know, Power Rangers is what fuels me. It's what started me into my toy photography journey, and then I started diving into other toys that I could potentially make cool. Adam's work isn't just limited to sort of one thing. He does a ton of, I remember that he done a week dedicated to the Joker, well, the new Joker movie, which just super creative, made you think. It was just really good. Actually, let's focus on one from the week of the Joker, and the one that I want to put up here is this one. So yeah, this one just it blows my mind. It's just amazing the way it's mental that this is a toy. That's all I want to say about this is it's mental that that is a toy and not a photograph. Wait, it is a photograph of a toy, but that looks like an actual photograph of the Joker, and oh, it's just outstanding. But the way he's lighted, the way he's lit up part of the face, getting a little bit of the shadows just at, I don't even know if I'm pointing here properly on, so it'll be like this side, somewhere up here. But yeah, it's just really dynamic, gives a lot of kind of depth to it, and all around it's just fantastic. Just a really amazing photo. And then see if we scroll down a little bit, we were getting just how careful Adam is with his light. Just how, I mean, instead of using a vignette, he has put a spotlight on the Joker there, so he is completely focused on the actor straight in the middle. It's just, this is what I strive to do with lighting, and I'm nowhere there yet. Lighting is quite a struggle for me. Even just trying to use this green screen, I don't have the best lights right now. I have one light down here, trying to stop the shadows from appearing when I'm walking backwards and forward. I've got a light here which you can probably see that there's quite a big emphasis on the light here, and then there is the Lume Cube, which is at, I mean, every time I look at them, all I can see is light. The Lume Cube is on its high setting, just trying to spray it over like here. So again, it's trying to stop the shadow, and then I have one light up here which should light me up a little bit so that you can actually see, you're not just going to see a dark image or like a silhouette of me walking around back and forwards. One thing I nearly did is put on a green t-shirt and a green cap, so you'd really only see, well, like this part of me. Anyway, let's get back. That's the thing that when I'm commenting on Adam's photos, I seem to always notice his lighting, and that's what I feel like that is what separates him from a lot of other toy photographers is that he takes the time to... Actually no, this is a really good one actually, is going through how active he is with his followers when they comment, how really cool he is getting back to people. But there was one where I commented on light and then he just said something that I wish I could remember which photo it was, but he was on about it was just fun messing about with the lights, he would cast shadows and things like that. So I mean, it's that thing where he's not just sitting down taking a couple of snaps left, right and centre, he is thinking about what looks best, why the light should be here to get the shadow up there and the shadow here, trying to move it around and just cast the best light in his photos. And the way he poses his figures and things like that are just, it's unreal. But anyway, let's get away from the Joker side of this just now. This was actually, I think I saw this one right after I started my sort of Shattergrid storyline. Which I mean, if you want to go see it, you can. It's gonna be right here. Is this one. Actually, yeah, when did Adam set this one up? He uploaded this one 20th of November when I kind of started taking toy photography seriously, and after seeing this I was just blown away by... I'm gonna stop saying the lighting part because I've already went over that, but the way he has set up the scene completely. I mean, the layers, you can see the bluish blackish background at first, and then you have the sort of smoke layer, then you have the mountains or rocks and things like that, then you have the Megazord, Soul of Chokergan version, and then you've got the bridge with the miniatures and part of a house as well. I mean, the way he's layered that is just amazing. And let's load up the behind the scenes. That did not work. So you go, you have the light coming up from the top, and look at that. Look at that. Would you have actually, I would never have thought that it was going to be those three things like that. Like, they're so far apart from each other. And he's got like a little candle in front of it as well. Just amazing. And there you go, you've got a kind of sneak peek at the settings that he used as well. So if you want to recreate that, you now know where to arrange things, where to move things, and how, I mean, those are not expensive lighting options that he's chosen. I mean, what, it was basically a sort of, I don't know what the lights are called, but like a Pixar light, you know, the ones with the bulb, and then you've got the big kind of shade at the top. I've missed it again, but great work. Just, I love it so much, man. It's just so good, and it's really cool to be promoting his work. As soon as he took a sort of interest in the storyline that I put together, he was just one of them photographers that I just had to keep tabs on. So I think I check Adam's work probably every single day to see if he's got something new. And something really cool is he is really into the community as well. I mean, once we'll load up his stories right now, but I guarantee he's got something to do with featuring someone else or putting like today's spotlight and things like that, because every time I watch one of his videos, he's always got someone, a member of the toy community, as part of his story, featuring someone else's work or like a photo of the day and things like that. But do not let me down, Adam. Do not let me down right now. So there's number one, and morning spotlight, and whoa, put that in my story as well. Amazing. But as you can see, Adam is very active when it comes to the toy community, and this is something that he's been working on. He's actually making his own buildings. How cool is that? Oh, actually, what we could talk about is if you have a look at his grid. So it looks as though he's changed his style quite a bit. Mainly, whoa. Well, I'm actually stunned. So yeah, we're actively liking Adam's stuff right now because it's amazing. So that's another thing I did not know well, I'm hoping that was his, which I imagine it is. So I think this is where me and Adam are quite similar as well, is we're both artists and toy photographers actually. I might put up a couple of my shots at the end of this just to let you guys see what I mean by that, but whoa, I had no idea that he was not just a toy photographer slash photographer and like an actual artist when it comes. It's annoying because if you're a photographer, you're an artist as well. But a sort of different way. This is, you know, drawing, painting, digital art. You get me, right? You get me. You get me. But whoa, yeah, really, really cool. This is something that fascinates me, is seeing where someone started to where they are now. But yeah, Adam, I'm stunned at just how talented you are, man. It just makes me super happy to look through all your work, and I love look at one thing. I think I say one thing a lot. Adam is well into giant robots, and as you can see, look at that. And again, his compositions are just, I would say, really advanced. He just knows exactly what shot he wants and how to do it. I love on this one is that he's got like a little fence in front of his lens as well, so it gives that it gives it more depth. His photos are just beautiful to look at. I like the fact that he takes time to make his photos. He doesn't just jump straight in. His shots they're never boring. It's not just his stuff looks as though he takes hours to prepare everything, to decide on the shot, and then puts all that time and effort into taking the perfect shot. I don't know what his editing process is, so it might be a good thing. I might actually drop you a line, and we can talk about your maybe post production at the end of it. See what you do in post to your photos, whether it's just a quick enhancement. Because I know a lot of toy photographers, all they use to enhance their photos is Instagram's own photo editing software type feature. You know what, at the end, and you can edit the exposure, you can up the saturation, you can, I can't remember what the clarity feature is called again, but you can up that as well. And there was one that he done for, I think they're called Zoids. I actually don't know too much about it's this one. It is Zoids, yeah. So this inspired me to just have kind of logs around around the house because they're just so effective. But anyway, here we go. So if you have a look at that shot right there, just again, he's one of the people that likes to put things in front of the lens just to give it that bit more depth, a bit more of a dynamic feel. And then you've got just the light in the background, but then you've got the trees that were just logs, cut up firewood, it's all stuff that you can use that's just available to everyone for not a lot of money. Or if you know someone, or actually just go out and find twigs and parts of trees because they're all free, and just try and recreate some of Adam's work. If you are into Zoids or giant robots like Optimus Prime or the Megazord, Dragonzord, Zoids, that's a mission actually. What we're gonna do, Adam, this is you've created this one. This is the Adam challenge. So what I want you guys to do, what I want you guys to do is choose one of Adam's photos that you love that is a layered and dynamic shot, like this one from Zoids, or this one here, even this one here. It's got a layered element to it, you know. It's not just, I'm trying to think of an example that I don't want you to do. So say you've got a bridge and you've got your figure here and your figure here. I don't want you just taking a shot. I want you to add your own kind of props to it. I want you to add, essentially layer to the max, as in have something in front of the lens, kind of like that shot we just looked at, which I'll pop up here. Having like a fence in front of the lens, then having a house, then having some sort of gap to show that, you know, that's where the road is, so you're gonna have a gap, nothing there, maybe another house, and then having the robot at the end, then some mountains at the back. But yeah, something along them lines. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to go out and spend money for this. You do not have to go out your house if you don't want to do that. Just get some stuff lying about and just try and turn that thing into something else. So if you have, I don't know, if you've got flour, It's one of my favourite things. If you have flour, make a snow scene. If you've got polystyrene, you can then layer the polystyrene up to look like a snowy mountain. Add some flour or baking powder, baking soda, whatever, all over that. And then just add more and more, because you can then get some trees or grass and things like that, like twigs and stuff. And then sprinkle it over the snow, put a wee bit more flour on it, and then maybe put like a little bowl with water in it as well. And then sprinkle more like flour and stuff like that, which the flour will obviously thicken up the water, but then it turns it to make it look a little bit like ice. So I mean, that's what I just want people to be thinking, and maybe we could start some sort of challenge every week when we do this. And it also exposes these outstanding photographers. I don't really know what else to say about Adam's work. He is extremely creative, outstanding with a camera, he knows exactly what he's doing. The shots that he puts out just get better and better and better and better and better. He's very active in the community, promotes other people's work, which is something that we all in the toy photography community should be doing, is promoting everyone else as well. If you see an amazing shot from any account, big or small, just chuck it in your story, give them props, drop them a like, maybe even follow them, because this is what the toy photography community, this is what the toy community is like. It's just everyone enjoying everyone else's work and also trying to up your own game. So taking your photography skills to that next level. So one other thing, what I would maybe do is just have a look at some of his older work. Actually, this is a good one. This is a good one because if you have a look here, we will zoom in. We'll do a little bit of zooming. I didn't realise that. So that rain is photoshopped. Adam, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that rain is photoshopped. Which I was like, I like to, if I see rain in a photo, I like to see that someone's at least put water on their figures to see if, you know, they're going to be wet, so if you zoom in you should be able to see. But if you have a look there, he's done the, if you have a look at, I can't just zoom in. So you can tell it's freezing outside because you can see Daredevil's breath when he is breathing. But what's even super cool that he's put in is he's even photoshopped in the kind of drips that are, you know, if you're out in a sort of storm, rain, you can be dripping everywhere. And he's actually even put that in as well. I did not expect him to have done that. But that's the telltale signs of an outstanding photographer. They think about those things and they implement them somehow, whether it's through practical effects or in post, and this guy just has buckets of talent. So Adam, thank you so much for being part of my series, this one. So episode 3 we're on, and this was I'm trying to do it in a different format each week to kind of keep it quite creative anyway. So this week we actually had the green screen, which you can see I didn't visit multiple places, which I didn't even speak about. I just changed the background every couple of minutes, but it just meant that we could talk about all of his artwork. But yeah, and oh, just to finalise this video, I was actually meant to be at Comic-Con Liverpool this weekend, but due to finances and also travel, I couldn't actually make it, which is really gutting. I just keep seeing stories and videos from it and it just makes me upset. I wish I was there, but at least I got to keep my promise to you guys that every single Sunday we will do a video like this. I didn't get to upload an episode of Toy Photography 101. I have ideas for it, it's just been really difficult to actually film what I want to do. One of the ones that I want to do is some practical effects, which is like fireworks and stuff, but it's just really difficult to find a time and a place to do that, because currently right now after work it is still extremely dark and we don't want to go out when it's dark. During the day I have my children and things like that as well, so it's just really difficult right now. But we will go out and we'll have some sort of thing. I do want to come up with plans to get people involved in this channel, whether given that, you know, actually interviewing some toy photographers and things like that. If you guys are, actually, let's do this. If you guys are happy to be featured on my channel, if we could sit down and have a conversation over, I don't know, whether we do it over Skype or do it over Google Chat or just anything anyway. I mean, we can come up with those details later. But if you guys are happy to have a conversation that we can talk about toy photography, toy photographers, techniques, anything. But would people be into that? Because I know I would. I would love to be able to speak with you guys one-on-one, or we could get like a big group of toy photographers together and, you know, just talk about why we do this. So I mean, I have loads of ideas, it's just trying to get the time to fit them in. But thank you so much for tuning in for yet another of my favourite Instagram photographers. I kind of like having the green screen, just... Where can we go? Whoa! Well guys, thank you so much for tuning me for yet another one of my favourite toy photographers over on Instagram. If you aren't already, please subscribe to my channel. I post a video every single week about toy photographers, toy photography, and yeah. If you like toy photography, if you like toys, this channel is for you. I don't know why I'm doing this, so I think I'm just so happy to be promoting toy photography. I'm just happy. And please go over to my Instagram and follow me. I've just revived the Shattergrid story. So we have had Tommy Oliver, Draken. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, comment if you like this video, and more importantly, go to Adam's channel and please go and follow it. Go over to Adam Foxford's Instagram page and give him a follow. You will not be disappointed. Just outstanding work. Adam, thank you so much for being part of the toy community, and keep killing it, man. Keep killing it, and until the next one, Pyramidas!